welcome to another segment of Keep the Beat with Pete. And today I thought we'd get into some technical features of playing. We're going to focus in on, as you know, we have 4 categories, and one of them is body mechanics. A lot of times it's referred to as technique. One of the masters of technique that I studied with, Joe Morello, this is one of the lessons he developed. He used to write strictly technique sections for Modern Drummer. So a lot of times when you were getting the lesson, he would be writing it, and you'd get it before it was, printed, maybe months before, sometimes, several months before. Also, if he was writing, like when he was writing Master Studies or Master Studies 2, he was working on these ideas, and, I would get them. So here's one. It's called doubles, triples, and buzz strokes. And the idea in this particular study is that you want to keep the wrist action the same regardless of whether you're doing 2 strokes or 3 strokes. And so the very first feature he has, of course, is 16th notes. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So my hands are moving at a certain speed. Now he introduces triplets. These are 6-note figures. Okay, so what's the idea here? The idea is that you would get an even sound, and you would keep the hand motion going the same way. Then you can introduce buzz rolls. Now your hands are moving at the same speed. The buzz rolls at that slow tempo are not going to be as clear and articulate as you want them or need them to be. That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is naturally when you're doing some of your advanced fills, some of your 4-bar phrases. It's very, very good for players, you can be breaking up a lot of figures. And of course, for any other purpose that you need to have. So, what's the essence of this? To make this very short and sweet, you could practice on a practice pad too, something like this maybe, just so. I'm using hearing protection because you play the drums for a long time, you could, you could definitely screw up your hearing. Plus, I could pipe the metronome in. In this case, I didn't, but as I've said in other clips, I could set my metronome. And if I were doing this, I would start out pretty slow. And your wrist motion is going to stay the same. Later on in Master Studies 1 and 2, there are some sections where he'll talk about when you want to start changing these things, going from singles to doubles to triplets, what's really going to stay the same a lot of times is your wrist pattern, but your fingers will do some of the action. And that's a whole another set of mechanics that you want to work on, going back and forth between singles, doubles, triplets, buzzes, and keeping the sound. Doubles, your hands are moving at half the speed as they are with singles. So you try it takes a lot of time to get it, but when you do get it, that's it. Short and sweet, long practice time, but short and sweet to get the concept of it. It's the hand motion that's kind of staying as steady as you can. You change the number of beats that are there. Later on you'll use finger pressure, but at first and as I say, you work it up. So there you have it. Doubles, triples, and bow strokes. Even hand motion. You can close your eyes to just let you train your ears to hear, is it sounding kind of the same volume and dynamic level. Use your metronome definitely. Start at 65, 70, 80. I don't even know if Joe recommends a metronome marking in this particular article. This is an article from Modern Drummer in the Strictly Technique section. Could I tell you the issue? No, because I made a copy of it a long time ago. I kept a whole loose leaf book of these, and I didn't take the date from this one. But it's doubles, triples, and bow strokes. If you can find Joe Morello in the archives of Modern Drummer, Strictly Technique articles, doubles, triples, and bow strokes. And you'll see this. He takes you through it very nicely with the idea that you're listening for an even sound. So you start slow, work it up, and then once you get that mechanic down, it becomes very, very handy. I use it, a lot. I use it all the time in a lot of different ways. You don't think about it after a while. Okay? So, for you new subscribers, welcome. For you folks that have subscribed, if there's any sections that you need to go back and review them, or contact me and I'll talk to you about them. Answer questions, bring up questions in the comments section, and visit my website if you want to schedule any one-on-one training kind of lessons. keepthebeatwithpete.com. Thanks for watching. We're going to create the beat we keep. This one was the mechanics, giving us the facility to say the things we want. Okay? Thanks for watching. Peace out.